YouTube, I'm gonna be doing my first video about my story dealing with child abuse. It all started when I was 7 years old. Um, I was very young, and I was living with my sister, who was 4 years old at the time. My mom wasn't very involved. She wasn't hands-on at all. She would just ignore me and my sister. We were mostly raised by my grandma and my mom's friend, which is pretty sad. My dad was in the picture, but we only got to see him on weekends. So you can imagine how tough that is. And then it eventually got to a point where me and my sister had to move to Vegas with my mom. And of course, my mom at the time, she met this other guy. So, of course, we went to Vegas with my mom and that guy. That guy was very likable at the time. I thought, he seems alright. But it soon came crashing down when we all moved into a mobile home park. So basically, my mom had a few more kids after me and my sister, and then we had my half-brother too. He came, so there was 5 kids all together. But my stepdad started to become extremely violent to the point where he would threaten to stab my mom. He would just try to be this controlling person. My mom was only around when she wanted money, and most of the time she was at the casino just wasting money. So I barely got to see my mom. It got to a point where I had to give up schooling to care for my sisters and my brother. So that was really tough. My sister is handicapped. She was supposed to be on medication. Quickly, the school found out, she wasn't on medication because my sister would, be really hyper and just, out of control. And that was just crazy. And then my half-siblings, would pick up on when my stepdad would be super physically abusive towards my mom. So my half siblings would learn certain behaviors hitting, and then they would use that behavior and they would go after my sister who's handicapped, which is sad. Of course, me at the time, I was trying to get them to stop with that behavior, but being so young, I just obviously couldn't be that mom figure who teaches them what's right and wrong and everything. But everything quickly got horrible, more horrible, when my stepdad decided that he was going to sexually molest me, which is really hard to talk about. It makes me emotional, just talking about it. No one should have to ever go through that, ever. He would just, force me to go down on him, and he would force me to have sex with him, in the shower. It's so disgusting. on so many levels, but it happened so many times, and my mom like never knew, and like it's something that like I haven't gone through therapy yet, but eventually in time I'm gonna have to go through therapy because you just get like deep wounds from like that situation, and it just hurts how like somebody could take that my innocence for granted. Like I just don't understand how anybody could be that perverted and disgusting and so many other things. But I know like there's so many people out there, so many young kids out there who go through that, who do not need to go through that. It's just indescribable. It's just, it hurts. But eventually it all stopped when I became 11 years old because me and my siblings, we got taken away from my parents because the neighbors started to see that my siblings weren't being taken care of and stuff. So the cops were called. We were taken to foster care. Me and my half siblings, me and my sister, who's biologically and full-blooded my sister, went with me, and then my half siblings had to go with somebody else, which was tough because they were only half related. And it still hurts me today. It's very painful to talk about. And then, so I don't really know where my siblings are. It would be nice to know because now, like, I found out all these different things. Like, I have seven other siblings that, like, I don't even know where they are. But all I know is that they live in Nevada, and that's it. And that's that for that. But now my aunt and my uncle, they adopted me and my sister when I was like 11 years old. So they took us in, and of course, like, it's very, like, I feel like I owe them a lot because they took us in, me and my sister, but it just sucks that we couldn't take in my other siblings because now it's just kind of like, I don't know where they are, and I would like to be able to find them eventually. But at least me and my sister, we got to experience a normal-ish family situation, and here I am at 26 years old. I graduated college, I became a black belt in Taekwondo, I am trying to become a correctional officer for the state of California, and I hope that I'm able to do that. And my sister, she was able to graduate from high school, she was able to experience adult school, so we now have normal lives, and I feel like I'm super blessed to have such a amazing family, and not a lot of people are like able to have that, and it just sucks. And it breaks my heart to see kids in the foster care system and kids suffering from abuse and going through it, and it just really breaks your heart. And hopefully one day I'll be able to heal from this disaster and move on from this. But I should probably leave it at that. And I'm hoping to create more videos in the future. And right now, I will be working on more interesting videos. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, and I can't wait to hear from you guys.